Hey guys, welcome back. All right, today we're going to be drawing some self-portraits. Now, a self-portrait is a picture of you that you draw or paint, okay? So we're going to be doing some simple line drawings together, and they're going to look like this, okay? So they're just going to be black and white, and then we're going to do a very colorful background with either watercolors or do-a-dots. In the video, you will see these example pages that I show with some more hairstyles and faces, and feel free to pause the video to look at these a little bit longer if you need to, okay? All right, let's get started. All right, now to help us draw our self-portrait, I do have some little sheets that kind of show us the steps that we can look at first. So we will be starting with this one where we just draw a nice large U. We'll start adding the details like the ears, neck, and shoulders. Then we will add the hair, the bottom hairline, okay, because your hair kind of comes forward onto your forehead and doesn't start at the top of your head. That's why we kind of leave that U open. And then, yeah, you want to make sure your hair goes to your ears, and we'll do all these additional steps, and I will show you how to draw different hairstyles for boys, girls, straight hair, curly hair, all those great things, okay? All right, let's go ahead and get started. I am going to start with a Sharpie. I'm actually going to use a really big Sharpie. Let's see. All right, I've got my king size here. All right, so we're going to start with that U shape first. Nice and big on our paper. Right about here. Go down. And back up. Okay? And again, we are going to leave this open to draw our hair kind of down. All right? Next, we're going to add the ears, do more of a C shape on each side. Then the neck. Two lines down. Your shoulders will go out to the side. A horizontal line to the side, to the edge of your paper. And then your shoulders go down kind of to your arms. So we're going to take this line and pull it down to the bottom of our paper or to the corners, okay? I'm just going to kind of curve it down. There we go. All right, so those are our first few steps. We did the U, neck, shoulders, ears. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to do the hair. Now, there are many different ways to do different hairstyles, and I do have another sheet that kind of shows you some, so let's kind of walk through that real quick. All right, so these are some different examples of all the different types of hair that you could do. So we have examples of boys and girls on here: straight hair, curly hair, ponytails, headbands, little buns, all those different types of things, okay? So I do want you guys to look so you can still see the U shape on each one of these faces. And you see how the hair comes down a bit. So first, I'm just going to do a simple straight hair one. I'm going to show you a bunch of different examples though, right? So if you wanted to do long straight hair, you start in the middle of that U and pull a line down and over towards the ears like that, okay? And then we're going to start right back up here at the top, but a little above that point. Pull a line over and down to the shoulders. So this is what I might do for my hair because it's kind of longer at the moment. And then go back to the top, curve over, around the ear, sorry for the squeakiness, and down to the shoulder. And you have nice long hair. Now, if you would like to do, let me pull out another sheet of white paper really quick. Curly hair. Let's see, let's kind of get our lines back on here. Get really squeaky. All right, you might want to use more of a wavy line. So again, you do the similar line right here, but make it wavy, okay? Again, go to the top. Use that wavy line. You can make your hair shorter by just stopping there. To the neck. Stop out there to the neck, okay? And then You could always do little buns. So let's kind of go back to this one. So you could do a little ponytail right here by just doing a curve over the top, little curvy lines, and they'd added a bow on this one. Little buns are really cute. I had a little girl in Miss Michelle's class do this one, and it turned out really, really great. And even braids, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the boy. Let me go ahead and grab one more sheet of paper. Okay. All right, now let's get this on there real quick. Neck, shoulders, ears. Okay. All right, let's look at some of the boys' hair real quick. So a lot of boys' hair does kind of come close to the eyebrows, so it'll come forward on your face, down your forehead. You can always look in a mirror and kind of look at your hair and see where it goes on your head, if it covers your forehead, if it goes to the side, all those great things. But I think I'm just gonna show you how to do this one right here. Okay, and we're gonna take a line, start about there, down, up. Kind of like a zigzag line. Down, up, down, okay? Other side. Down, up, down to the ears, okay? Then right here, you'll take a line over, curve, back down to the ear. Same on the other side. Curve over, take that line to the ear. Okay, and that's why we did the ears. It's kind of shows us where to stop the hairline, especially for kind of boys hair, because a lot of times your hair does just kind of go to your ears. All right, now that we have that, I'm gonna do a few different faces on each of these. So we can keep it really simple on some. If you want to, you could just do an oval, little eyebrows, little lines. Keep it simple with a nose that starts right about here, because your nose just kind of starts between your eyes, comes down, curve back like a backwards L, and then just keep a simple smile. We did just keep these really nice and simple in class, just simple lines, okay, for the face. Now, if you want, so there's one face you could choose. You could do your eyes closed by doing two little curves. You could add some eyelashes, of course. And a little curve for a nose is another option instead of the backwards L shape. And you could have your mouth open for one. Even do that little cheek line right there. Okay. You could also add eyebrows to these too. So let's kind of add them on each side like that. Another option. All right. And finally, we can do one, let's see, maybe more like this one right here. I think you can see it on the screen, where you kind of do a curve over, little lashes, curve, lashes. Don't want to forget your eyebrows. We all have eyebrows. Okay, we can add the little nose on this one. And then again, we'll do a little smirk. I'll have her smiling this way this time. Okay? All right, so a few different options for the faces, okay? Next, and one of the last steps we're gonna do we're gonna add the little shirt, okay? So from the bottom line of your neck over to this side, you're gonna create a curve like this. And we can create some different types of shirts. So maybe you wanna add a collar, okay? And maybe some polka dots. And you could color these in different colors if you'd like. Okay, maybe on one, you could even do a shirt that comes down kind of like that, more like a V-neck style. You could create another line that follows it, little lines for the shirt collar, and maybe this one has stripes. Kind of like that, okay? And then finally, we'll do one last one. If you want to do like a little collared shirt, like a little button up, I'll move these out of the way. You could do, again, you kind of do that V, okay? you do slanted line down and up, like that. Kind of looks like a triangle. It's gonna look like a triangle on each side, like that. You can even add 2 vertical lines down and some buttons. Okay. All right, and those are our self-portraits. Of course, if you have glasses, you can always go back and add glasses by just creating, I like to start with 2 lines over the tops of the eyes. I mean, they're all different shapes and sizes of glasses, but we could add a curve and connect and back to the ear. There you go. So if you wear glasses, you can be sure to add those as well. All right, so we're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna cut this out. And of course, if you started with pencil, you can always go back and trace your lines with a darker marker or Sharpie. We're gonna kind of cut around the edges, and I'm gonna leave a little bit of a line. I'm gonna show you an example of one of the classes. All right, so here is one from MJ, Miss Amy's class, okay? So she did a really great job of drawing out all of her details, so that I show you that one. Here is another one from class. See, we kind of left a little line around there. All right, and I'll show you one more. Kind of moved a bit. There we go. Here's one of the boys from Miss Amy's class. They finished early this week. So you can kind of add a zigzag line too for the hairline, more like that. All right, so let's go ahead and cut these out, and I'll be back with my cutout portraits. All right, so I've cut out all of my drawings here. Okay, all my little portraits. We're going to do the backgrounds now. So there are a couple options for the background. In class, we use the do-a-dots, which are these right here. They have the little sponge at the top, and you just dot, 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 dot all over your paper. So if you have these at home, you could do that, and that's a great option. If you do not, and you would like to use these, you can have your mom or dad or whoever's helping you email Miss Jamie or Miss Michelle, and I can get you a set to borrow, okay? All right, and if not, you can always just do watercolor. So I'm going to show you how to do that really quickly. I put my water cup over here. There it is. All right. So if you just wanted to use watercolor, I have my little paintbrush right here. It's all nice and wet. I'm going to start with this magenta color down here. Swirl, swirl, swirl. And I'm just going to make a bunch of dots all over my paper. Now this might take a while, but it'll also be kind of fun. Just to do maybe this one day, draw your portrait the next, and then put it all together the next day. Kind of do little dots all over. All right, but you kind of get what I'm doing here. It's giving kind of the same look of the do-a-dots without actually using them. But again, of course, if you would like these and you don't have them at home, I can get you a set. All right, I'm gonna keep doing this. I'm gonna speed it up. All right, so now that I got my watercolor background with the polka dots all done, I can go ahead and take my line drawings, my line portraits, and I will glue them on. And the simple black and white of our portraits will really pop off of our super colorful backgrounds. And again, you can use either just watercolor and do lots of polka dots, and it will take a while. So you might want to break this project out at a few steps. Or you can do the do-a-dots, and you would just do the same thing, just kind of dot all over your paper till you have a nice full colorful paper. All right, that's it. That's the end of this self-portrait lesson. I am gonna put these on the screen one last time. And of course, during the beginning of the lesson, you can pause the video if you wanna look at this a bit more. And also this one, if you'd like to pause the screen here, you can kind of really look at all the different examples of the different faces, eyes, and hair, okay? All right, I hope you guys enjoy this lesson, and I'll see y'all next week.